Right, that says we go on now. Right, keep your eyes closed.
What was it on?
It should be, yeah. Right, one Christmas jumper coming up. Don't peek.
I'm not peeking.
You're going to fucking love this, Sophie. And I've got a hat as well. Okay, now you can look.
Oh, no way. That's fucking mint.
Happy Christmas, everybody. Welcome back to the... Where's the logo at?
Got sausage rolls on them.
Best ever tattoo podcast. Christmas special. No,
Sponsored
hang
by
on.
Greg's.
It's actually the 188 subscriber special. Sponsored by alleged pedophile Greg from Greg's. It's not actually. Yes. Oh, hang on. I've got names. There's our names. I'm Thanks Anderton. This is Sophie Jacks off. On. Sorry. That's that. Welcome. Welcome back.
I like the contrast that it's red and blue as well on
It's
the...
nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's fucking itchy though.
That looks
That's one
so
thing.
bit itchy.
I went to Primark the other day.
Oh, they actually are in Primark?
Yeah.
Okay.
But see, I can't even adjust my stupid like square thing. Yeah, I went to Primark the other day to have a look. And there was a huge queue and I was like, oh, I can't be arsed with that shit, like. But then when I went back in later on, because Byglows went... Oh, there was this like weird... I didn't tell you about this. There was a weird giving tree. Have you heard of them before?
Yes, but I don't know what... I've heard the word giving tree.
So it was like a tree in the middle of the shopping centre and it's got like loads of different little leaflets all over it or something, little bits of paper
Right.
with like older boy wants Subbuteo or a younger girl wants a My Little Pony or something like this or a scooter or whatever. And it's or an old woman wants a bottle of Baileys. And then you go and take that little leaflet, go and buy the thing and then you can hand it into the shopping centre. Feel like you did a good thing.
But does it get to the actual person?
Well, they were like photocopied, so I think there was like, say the Subbuteo one, there was like 3 of the same one I saw while we were reading them. So it's like they probably have 3 blokes that want Subbuteo. Like older boy, 37, wants Subbuteo. Like what's the youngest person who wants to play Subbuteo? Because I feel like
what is that? I don't know what it is.
it's a little stupid football thing where you like flick the little men.
Oh.
You've got little tiny men on a little like half round ball thing and you flick them about. But I wondered like, are they selling them? Is it real? Like, who knows?
I don't know. I think I've seen something like that before, but they would have to have this whole like registered thing to get them to get the present to the actual person who wrote that. Don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how it works. I'm wondering, where's our little live chat thing at, by the way? That's not popped up this time.
Hope you're streaming.
I think we are streaming. It says we are streaming.
We're going to be doing this every time.
Sorry, everyone. We're just brand new noobs at this.
Is it not behind the stream? That
It normally pops up when I start. Oh, I hate this. Output scripts, output timer, automatic screen switcher, output timer. I hate this stuff.
I'll have the live stream
Docs.
open on my phone and then
Custom browser docs, what's that? Scene transitioner. See, it's like if someone's probably like, oh, I know how to do it, but you can't tell us because I haven't got the thing up. That's annoying. We've got some things to talk about today anyway. I've left the subject sheet out there as well.
You are useless, like.
I am. Can we pause it and then go and find them? Or is that stupid?
How do you get the chat open on YouTube anyway?
I don't know. I hate this. Best of it, right? So can I open that and then have a look at it? There's 3 people watching now.
Okay, I've got the chat.
You've got the chat.
Yeah, on my phone.
Got it. Oh, Wendy Jackson says hello.
Hello.
Love your jumpers. Grounded Affected said looking very special. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
sorted.
frustrating because I liked it when it came up here before, but whatever. Right, okay. So anyway, I've got a coconut also.
What's first on the agenda then?
Christmas coconut. First on the agenda. You wanted to talk about infected tattoos, didn't you?
Yes.
It's a gross thing to talk about. We don't have any photos of them though, but
you had it was your customer, wasn't it?
yeah, my customer the other day came in with an infected tattoo. It was like, no, he had some bits that were still like, what do you call it, wet, but some bits were starting to heal. And he thought it might be the green colour. And green is like a common colour to go infected. Red is like a little bit as well. It's more like an allergy thing than an infection when it's red often. But it's like he had the same colour on the back of the arm and the front of the arm. So I was more like, I don't think it's the colour. Because he was thinking he might be allergic to the colour. But he's got the same colour there. That's healing perfectly. I don't know if we used the same colour on him last session. No, I don't think we did. So I would say that suggests that it's more some things like stuck to it. He might have got it stuck to his bed or something, or he didn't have a wrapper on it and it's just like stuck to his t-shirt, or he's going to work and it's there. It's like a high stress area. It's going to get touched on.
It was the side that was closer to his body as well, wasn't it?
Yeah. So I think it's probably that, like stuff like that.
But he was saying he used cocoa butter and it's like, or coconut oil or something. It's like, are you using that for anything else as well? Like it'd have to be fresh.
Oh yeah, because there's cross-contamination as well. So it's like you need a brand new whatever you're using every time, I would say. Like I normally recommend Bepanthen, even though we're not allowed to prescribe things. I'm just saying I use Bepanthen personally. So, I'm not saying you use it, but I do. If I was you, I would, but I'm not you, so you've got to listen to your doctor, apparently.
They were deep as well, the scabs.
Yeah, they are. They do go kind of deep when they get like that. So what I suggest in that case... No, not what I suggest. What I would do, if it was me, is use Savlon. Because Savlon's different. I would never really use that to heal tattoos. You used to always use that to heal them. He is just gross. Yeah, he could be just gross, legitimately. he might be. Sorry if you're watching this, mate. But stop being gross, innit?
Yeah.
What am I saying? Yeah, you used to use Savlon to heal all tattoos, but then like Bepanthen came out and people found that to be better, so we started using that. One lad I used to know, he did Savlon and Bepanthen mixed together. Maybe it was in like the crossover period or something. But if you get it infected, I think Savlon's better because it dries it out really quick. And then you can switch back to like Bepanthen or your coconut cream or whatever afterward. But it's, a lot of people go away and then just ignore what you said. Or they go away and their mate says, I've been told to use dog shit and Vaseline. And they're just like, okay, I'll just ignore that fucking 10-minute like description of how to heal them off the tattooist. And just listen to me random mate.
That guy says as well, too much cream. That's it.
Yes, that's a good point as well.
That's a big one, isn't
grounded affected again. Who is grounded affected? Who are you? But yes, very good point. A lot of people think that they putting on more cream means it's going to heal more, but it's not. More cream means more stuff can stick to it. I always say like the minimum amount of cream just so it goes shiny. If you can see the white of the cream, there's too much on. Yes, good point. So I've told him he's coming in like tomorrow or something like that, and it's been like 4 or 5 weeks now. I think it might be 5 weeks. 4 or 5 weeks. 4's probably not enough, but 5 weeks.
You were going to go in a different area though, weren't you?
Yeah, I said if he comes back this time, if that's kind of looking like it's finished healing, then I'll go in a different area and obviously leave that area until it's properly healed. But if you've still got the infection when you come back, even doing a separate brand new tattoo probably is going to get infected also because it's in the blood. It's not necessarily just in the area. It seems to happen like that.
I don't know if you told us this, or I can't remember when it was, but didn't you say like someone got a tattoo but broke their leg and like they
like my
got
uncle?
infected
Yeah, he had a tattoo and then like I don't know if he had the tattoo first. No, I think he'd fell down a manhole cover like into like shit water and scraped his shin down it. How awful is that? I think that was what happened anyway. Then that was obviously like a massive infection. And then he did a tattoo and that was like healing, I think it was, and that tattoo got infected just as if it was like in the same shit water. So he must have had shit blood for ages afterwards.
Yeah, it must really travel around your body.
So yeah. That was one thing I wanted to talk about. Honestly, thought we'd have more to talk about on it than that, but that's fine. I thought the Greg's t-shirt would last a bit longer than it did. Thought that would be more. I thought the coconut would be like a bit of a topic for a little while, but
it's just a coconut. Like I do kind of want one though.
It's warm now though.
Not the coconut that Greg's t-shirt. I might have to.
If they weren't 18 quid, I would have got you one. Well, it's got bubbles on it already.
That's kind of bubbly. That like.
Oh, someone's wore it, haven't they?
Someone from Primark's wore it.
Primark customers wore it. Gross. So I'm not really feeling that I can't get my chat on here. Like,
I mean, you can still see.
I can still see, but I feel like I want it in the right place where I asked for it. Whatever. There was another thing you wanted to talk about, was it? Or
Yes.
you sent some photos across?
I sent some photos because I was looking today at some Christmas tattoos, and candy canes seem to be a big one. And I was wondering, if someone came to you and asked, I want a candy cane tattoo, how would you do the white bit in it? I suppose it depends on the size, doesn't it?
Yeah, it depends on the size, but how would I do it?
Because there's a few different ways. I saw people doing it and I just screenshotted them.
Oh, are they on there?
Yeah,
Let's have a look at them then. Open stats dialogues, show kind of dialogue.
You're still messing on with this. We've got the chat.
Yeah, no, but I want the... Right, okay, fine. I'll figure that out for next time. Sorry, everyone. Where are they at? Let's try this new thing then. Okay, so I've got a second screen now. Where's the folder? There we go. Open them. Can I open them all at the same time or just one at a time?
Well, one of them isn't a candy cane tattoo. One of them's just
which one?
that one.
Okay, so let's bring this into there then. So what I've got, I'll show you now, right? I've got this second display now. So if we transition into the second display... Oh, what? Is it doing that stuff? Why is it doing that stuff? Right, oh, okay, sweet.
Yeah, see?
So candy cane, should put that in the middle. This
Can
is hard.
do. That's pretty cool that you can have... We're going to have compare them, like.
I would like to be able to bring that one into there. Oh, god damn it. Now, oh my god.
Is it deleted?
It hasn't deleted, no. So I cannot open that and that. Yes, I can. Okay, sweet. That one,
So there's one.
too dark. But that's fine. That one, not bad. This one,
Yeah.
not a huge fan of that one. Are we like, is that live on the screen, by the way?
Yeah.
Yes, okay, good.
Could just talk about these three and
We could.
then move on, but...
Oh, I could not. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do that. This first one here,
Yeah.
I feel like it's too dark.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder what's happened there, though. Why do you think that's happened? Can I zoom in on that?
You have to click on it, like activate the... Yeah.
Oh, nice. Who's that by?
Vican
Tattoo. Where do you find these people?
I searched for them. I just searched candy cane tattoo or Christmas tattoo.
Anita Maya Tattoo. And Anastasia Pasqualin. Get a shorter name for sure.
So, like...
Right,
I think that middle one's completely coloured in, but some of the candy canes I've saved aren't fully white. They're like just... You know what I mean? They're not like... It's the skin colour behind it that's making it look white. But I think these are not that. I think these are all coloured in white.
Oh, should we put ourselves on small as well? Because we can. I know I'm messing around here, but like, let's do that. There you go.
Nice.
Okay. Yes, this first one, I like the shadow underneath that bow there. Kind of like the highlights on the top of it and stuff. I feel like this is too dark though, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I wonder if they've done that by accident. Because there's a thing with doing shadows, and I say like roses and stuff like that. They normally look too dark if they're right. If they look perfect when you're doing the lighter colours, they look too dark. Sorry, no, if they look perfect as you're doing the colours, they are way too light by the time you finish. So when you're doing the darks, they normally need to look too dark for them to be right. But I feel it's a little bit too dark on the red for a candy cane. Maybe it's a dirty candy cane.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think it's like... It would be nicer to be a little bit lighter, I think that's all.
Well, I mean, do you think it could heal lighter? Or
No. Well, it'll heal like... Everything will be a little bit more washed out when it heals, but it's like not bright enough red, I think, to be like your traditional candy cane.
Yeah.
It might be their style or something like that, though, potentially. This one, I don't mind the...
I was going to ask you about the blue shading on the white.
That blue shading's kind of like... You need some way to make a white darker.
Yeah.
And grey doesn't always look like lighter white. White's going to reflect the things around it, though. So... You'd maybe get some of this blue reflection off this, potentially a little tiny bit, but I don't know about down there. Then I've got a little bit of a problem with the light source, though, because it seems to be lit from this side and the top, from the right-hand side and the top and the left-hand side at the same time.
Yeah, it's got
And
a
the blue shadow's
spot
just in the
highlight
middle.
on each side.
And each highlight's got each side's got a spot. So this one's a bit more close to an actual light source where it's kind of coming from the right, but then they have got, because the shadow would suggest where the highlight's coming from, and so would the highlights on them things. But yeah, I'm not sure. Okay, let's look at the other ones. And this one, like, it's honestly out of them three, it's the clearest, isn't it? Really?
Yeah.
Even though it's not necessarily tattooed, the best out of the three.
Because it doesn't have any shading on it, so it's like.
Then we've got this one. Let's have a look at that one.
I don't know if that one was my favourite or not.
Foodie Tattoos. Is that the actual person?
That's a
it's Sarah
promotion
Lovecraft.
thing,
Sarah.lovecraft.tattoo.com. Okay. Not a huge fan of that kind of style personally, but I'm not saying it's bad. This is my favourite one so far.
Those two are the ones that didn't have like, they're not fully coloured in. They've got like they've got gaps.
Is this a rework or something?
That one's a rework, yeah. But that one also has that blue shading as well.
Yeah, and it's also doing the same thing. I would prefer to see the blue shading just be on one side, like pick a highlight kind of thing. Pick a light source. Although that shadow that was on the... This looks like a worm with a bow on, doesn't it? Before it's coloured in.
Yeah, it does.
Should have just embraced the worm and just did it as a worm. Is that one again? Oh no, I moved it. Yeah, I moved it. My fault.
I think that's it.
Okay, so we've got... I like them snowflakes. Although I feel like saying Richie's mate's joke. Although he wasn't saying a joke. That everyone knows you can't get two snowflakes the same. Cunt's got fucking 3 on there. This is not my joke, by the way. This is like a friend of mine's friend. Bez had done a tattoo that was like some back piece, like this amazing back piece with loads of snowflakes around it. And the guy always has to pick something up. And the thing that he picked up on the Bez tattoo was like, he says, I can see somebody's done wrong straight away. Every cunt knows you can't get 2. No, everyone knows you can't get 2 snowflakes that's the same. The cunt's got fucking 8 on there. I thought that was hilarious. Oh, did we put this on yet?
There's another one as well.
What was it?
Is that?
Right, let's cover that one.
Oh.
Tima Rose. And what was this one? Russ Townsend tattoo. Russ, I think you've won for me. Like, that's my favourite so far.
Yeah, I think that's my favourite.
And because it's stylized, it's like the light sources and stuff like that, they matter less. They still don't not matter, though. They still would be better if the light sources were considered more. This one on the right, though, Tima Rose, she's got the shadow on the left-hand side there and the shadow on the left-hand side there. So she's got, like, a little bit more of how it would be.
Yeah.
But when you look at the berries, if the shadow's on the bottom left, the highlight would be on the top right. So they could be... It just would make more sense if... It would look better if you had considered these things, even if you do it stylized.
The bell as well hasn't got the right...
Yeah, and the bell's getting like lit from the bottom. But even with Russ Townsend tattoos one, his berries on the right have got a highlight in the top right, top left on them ones, middle in them. And it's like, it would be nicer to have an actual light source considered. But what would I do? I think I would probably choose either a darkish, dirty blue like that, or maybe like a light blue for me white, because grey wouldn't look very good.
Yeah. I think I like the blue ones.
Yeah.
I think there's one more.
The sky blue. There's one more.
Don't know.
Was it that one?
No.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There was 7.
There was 7, yeah.
I've hid one though, haven't I?
I must have been it then.
Yeah, we've looked at 7. It's fine. Okay. Yes, Christmas tattoos though. What do you think about Christmas tattoos?
I don't like them. Because like seeing anything Christmassy when it's not Christmas is scary and it activates me fight or flight response. I remember me and Jordan were in York and in like February or March, and there was a Christmas shop with Christmas music selling Christmas decorations, and we went in just for a laugh.
Were they like cheap or something though by them?
No, it was like a fancy shop.
Oh, a Christmas
it was
shop?
like an artisan Christmas shop, but it was in like Christmas. Like Christmas is over, and you go in, and it was like, I don't know, I feel like it was a horror film or something. I was scared. I wanted to leave immediately.
What's this one? Don't know where the chat is. They don't know where the chat is though. Oh, hang on. Sorry, I'm going to read some of these. Grey and highlights of white grounded effect would do. Affected. See, I'm not sure about the grey though. I think grey kind of like, it looks a bit like... Like if it's white, like I say, like white. I like to use a white van as a example. If you were to paint a white van, you would have like a bluish kind of on the top. You would have grey on the bottom because of the road, maybe a bit of green if there's like trees and stuff around. So like white is the colours that it reflects. And then the only bit of white, if you were to tattoo it, would be the highlight from the sun. I think that's a good example because when you would paint like most people would paint a van if they would paint it as a picture, Tipex white kind of thing, just all white because like the van's white, so you paint it white. But you need to make it look white. So, but grey, I'm not sure. To be fair, it might work better with other things around it, like them bells and stuff, and have them colours kind of like reflecting onto it.
Yeah.
Should have done. They don't know. Oh yeah, we don't know where our chat is. Wendy Jackson says it does. Don't know what that means. High Contrast says grounded affected, aren't you a model painter? Then they said should have just given it eyes. What's this? Any of them things would look cool with eyes like. Halloween tattoos then. See, Halloween tattoos I feel like are different because pumpkins look cool all the time. Christmas is like alright just for a bit.
You see Santa in like June and it's like, ugh.
Cold grey would do it and look Snow White. That 20% grey from Eternal may be a ball hair of light blue mixed in.
Ball hair of light blue.
That's just like a smidge, right? Exactly, that's the sky is blue, so the top would be blue depending on where the van is. The bottom would reflect different colours. You could even do that on that thing, like the chrome thing. Maybe like white would work better as like a subdued version of what you did for the chrome. Because with the chrome, what we did for Sophie, and it wasn't to try and make a perfect chrome, it's to try and make a suggestion of chrome. So you go blue on the top, have like a Terminator kind of line in the middle where the colour swaps. So it goes blue to like white, then it's like blackish or brown to
tan on the bottom,
like
wasn't
tanny kind of light colour. Again, you could maybe do a similar thing with the, what do you call it, them sugarcane things?
Candy cane.
J Drum 1991 says, who really wants Christmas tattoos? Let's be real. I mean, J Drum's talking sense, like.
Yeah, I wouldn't get a Christmas tattoo, like. You just look at it at other parts
Mariah
of the year
Carey.
and be like,
would Mariah Carey get a Christmas tattoo, like? Maybe. She does like a Christmas song, doesn't she? She probably does.
Santa, he would get a Christmas tattoo.
Santa probably get a Christmas tattoo. Christmas forever. Santa loves Christmas forever.
There's kind of few of those tattooed Santas, like those badass Santa pictures you see online.
I've seen paintings of them. Oh yeah, and then there's like some bloke Santa with his top off, and it's like, chill out, mate.
Hold on, isn't that one off like a film where it's like a badass like Santa, and he's got like tattoos and that?
There's Bad Santa. I don't know if he's got tattoo.
No, it's not Bad Santa. It's the one I'm talking about. It's animated.
Contrast is right. Mariah Carey definitely wants Christmas tattoos for sure, 100%. Mariah Carey, if you're watching this, I'll give you like 10% off any Christmas tattoos you might want.
Imagine if Mariah Carey was watching this.
Yeah, she might be. You never know. I like the Santa from Polar Express. I don't know if I've seen that.
Polar Express is weird. Cause,
oh, that's like the really satanic kind of weird one, isn't it? Allegedly.
Satanic?
Isn't it?
I don't know. But it's weird because it's Uncanny Valley. Like,
because it's almost realistic.
It's so what happened was it's like, I think Polar Express was like mocapped.
Was what?
Mocapped, you know, when they put all the green suits with the balls on them.
Oh yeah,
and the computer like picks up and transfers it to the animation. But the facial expressions weren't. Because the technology didn't exist.
Oh, so the faces.
The faces are like different to the way the body moves, and that's why Polar Express has this weird like feeling about it. Even though it's a great Christmas film, definitely Uncanny Valley.
Is it not satanic though? Is there not something satanic about it? I've never watched it, but I've heard this. I've heard that it's a bit weird, like it's a bit uncomfortable or something.
Tom Hanks is in it, so.
Oh yeah, so it's definitely about child abduction. And I'm not claiming Tom Hanks has done that. He has been alleged though.
Didn't he like escape to Greece?
Didn't he allegedly like start posting weird gloves in that and then escape to Greece?
Oh.
Jodie Bear wants a tattoo of mistletoe around your flesh baton, pure nonce vibes. Aren't all the faces Tom Hanks?
I hope not.
We should Photoshop that if they're not. They say Pokemon is satanic. So the Pokemons are actually kids?
And they're battling kids.
Battling kids and collecting kids.
Evolving kids.
They're evolving them. Right, okay. Blokemon.
Blokemon. I can't take credit for that.
Oh, can you know where's that
It's
from?
off
Like?
do you know Ashens? He's the guy he has the couch, the YouTuber. He opens like Poundland tat on his couch.
No, I've never seen that.
He's just done the same thing for like like 15 years on YouTube or something, and like people still love it.
Jodie's saying, if I got a guy with a mistletoe tattoo there, hard pass, sir. What if they had their, what did you call it? Flesh baton tattooed like a candy cane though, and it was the same shape. What about then? Because that'd be a lot more. And it was December. The world isn't ready for Blokemon. I'm ready for Blokemon, like. In South Africa, when we were growing up, they made us burn our Pokemon cards. Really?
Oh, God.
Why? For addiction purposes, maybe.
Nah, it's just satanic, isn't it?
So I asked for things to talk about on Facebook before we went live. Josh Young says, what makes Die Hard the best Christmas movie? That's that talking through it, talking with authority, isn't it? Kind of thing.
I do like Die Hard.
Yeah, I haven't watched it for yonks.
It's good.
And your mum, Wendy, says, and it tasted minty. How about that, Jodie? It was minty, and they had stripes on it.
Where would you put the
And
shadows
mistletoe.
if you were...
On the bottom. Oh, they said Blokemon was satanic. Injecting Pokemon card ashes into the tattoo as well.
Blokemon's just like football, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
It's like two football clubs are the trainers, and they're battling blokes.
They are, but football is Blokemon. Is war also Blokemon in a way?
I think so, yeah.
Blokemon already exists. Sorry, guys, but it's very expensive to get blokes in Blokemon. Die Hard isn't the best Christmas movie. It's the second best. First best is Home Alone, then Die Hard, then Lethal Weapon.
Lethal Weapon.
I won't be watching any of those. I don't know what my best Christmas movie, honestly, I think might be Bad Santa.
I don't think I've watched it, you know.
It's worth a watch, like.
I do like The Grinch.
Thurman Merman. The Grinch, yeah.
I like The Grinch because it's Jim Carrey, but I also like what's my favourite Christmas film? The Muppets Christmas Carol's really good.
Yes, I had that when I was a kid. I watched that loads of times.
good.
I had it on video. Football equals Blokemon confirmed. Yeah, I think we football is Blokemon. Anyone been watching the new Blokemon matches? Has England lost?
It's like international Blokemon.
England lost international Blokemon.
Yeah,
yet,
we have.
Sweet.
Yeah.
I thought people had shut up about it by now. I was wondering why people weren't talking about it. I'm like, at first I'm thinking like, you know what? I wouldn't mind if they did win. And then when I hear people just going on about it, like when they go on like, oh, that was a bit shocking, ref, on Facebook, I'm just like, this is a football thing, isn't it? And I'm like, right, I hope they lose. It's just so people stop talking about it. What about this new one, Violent Night?
I've seen adverts on Facebook for that, but I think it might be. I don't know. I don't know if it's like a slashery thing.
Worst thing about coconut, drinking coconuts, is you always get a bit of coconut in your straw. I've never heard of Violent Night. High contrast. Right, Jack Caldwell on Facebook said, subjects to talk about: AI art theft, Scissor bandits, the best brew to milk ratio, and Christmas and how many days.
Scissor bandit?
Scissor, I don't know. I'm assuming that like my scissors have gone missing, my fancy scissors. So I'm thinking, is it potentially that councilwoman's nicked my scissors?
I think she has.
I feel like she might have. I think it's unlikely.
Alleged thief Shani.
Alleged thief Shani Council might have nicked my scissors. I had some nice, for like cutting the hole out the end of my machine to get the needles to go in. I had these fancy, like, what are they, like a stork or something?
I think so, like
some kind
or
of
something.
bird. Some kind of bird with a big like beak was the scissors bit. And I used to be like, nom, 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 when it was eating the hole. But I think, well, they're gone now, since like tidying up for the council, because you just had that council inspection. But they're gone now. Excuse me if you just heard that burp on the mic, by the way. And they were only gone from the day the councilwoman's in, and I think it's unlikely that she would have nicked them. but I kind of feel like she was the last one in. Like, I might, because I wouldn't have hid them. I would have put them back on my desk where they always are.
And no one uses them.
Shiny man, or shiny man, them's me fucking good scissors, mate. So, bring them back in, or I'm not fucking finishing Dan's room off. Oh, yeah.
There'll be something where really obvious and you're like, oh, okay.
They better be, because I love them scissors. I got them from Austria. They were £40. €40. Contrast is going to love the AI chat. We argued non-violently about it the other day. Yeah, okay then. What do you feel about it? Because sorry guys, but don't care about it. I'm not the victim of an AI crime yet, though, so maybe when that happens I might be different, but...
The reason people don't like it is because it's like, it basically took everyone's art on the internet.
And then it's referencing them, basically ripping them off. And getting like thousands of likes and stuff and whatever.
I think as well, lost it. People are worried that it's going to take concept artists' jobs. So a company doesn't have to hire artists anymore. They can just press a button and make
I think
art.
honestly it will for a bit.
Yeah.
But then eventually they'll be like, oh, this is all stale and weird and the same. Let's like get the humans back. I think that's probably what will happen.
Unless, this is what Jordan said, that you'll become it's the same
AI
as
control, like the tills in Asda.
like translators as well. Like this happened to translators when like Google Translate or whatever became really good. But when it started, it was crap. And the guy who had to translate like properly, and that was his job, then had to just be the editor for the AI translator.
That's what's going to happen in it.
Yeah, so you're just going to have to be like the Photoshopper of the AI
Probably
images.
still faster though. Like it's still way faster to get a good piece of art for a concept thing.
Is it though? If you can generate like 200 in like 10 seconds?
No, that's what I'm saying. That's faster.
All right, yeah.
Because it's in that. Because I was saying like initially, I thought like you're looking at art for what do you call it? You're looking at art for inspiration, and you can look at 10 pieces and make a piece, or this AI can look at 10 million pieces a second and then make a piece. So if you look at 10 of those, and then make your piece, it's like you are like looking at like exponentially more things than you could look at by yourself. So maybe it would help, but you still get the human to translate it afterwards. J-Drum says council's definitely robbed me scissors. That's pretty much what artists do anyway. Yes, that's what I was saying. You can't just replace a human. But then Wendy says you couldn't say the same thing about digital art versus physical artists. Yeah, so I think you could use it as a reference. That's what I'd be tempted to do. I know some people are like saying it's almost replicated their picture identically though, but then put 6 fingers on it or something because it's just crap.
So some AI things you can see like a mutilated watermark in it from a different artist. Yeah, watermark. I've seen stuff like that before.
But still, it's like if we were to like, because we were just talking about this, like maybe reading this book or something. You're allowed to do, what is it now? What's fair use? It's like you have to have changed the piece significantly. And it is changing it significantly, to be fair.
I mean, it's new. It's not like...
And it's new.
To be fair, anything new art-related gets massive, like, backlash first. Like, ArtStation, which is like a place where professional artists post their art, is having, like, a massive boycott, and everyone's just uploading, saying no to AI art, and it's, like, all over the place. But, yeah.
I thought this about, like, tattoos. It's like, you could maybe make a machine that does tattoos, but you'll never replace that. Like, this is the thing. I've been saying this for years, that digital art is art in theory anyway. Because you've got the undo thing. I know that you can do amazing things on there. I get it. Like,
it's not a button that is make art.
But it doesn't exist, is the thing. It only exists in theory, like on the computer. You can print it out and make it exist as a print of a digital thing. But art with paint, where you've took like physical things like bits of paint and you've moved them bits of paint from your palette and placed them on the canvas and then move it about to blend it and stuff like that. It's a physical thing that exists. You're taking like a lump of paint essentially and placing it on here. Or with the pencil, you're scratching your pencil down because you're putting bits of pencil on your canvas to make the thing. So it is physical, it exists, where the digital stuff doesn't. So, it won't really replace actual paintings done by an artist, will it? Like they could make a machine that prints in paint, of course. But it's still like there's something different about it being real.
Could they make a robot that makes oil paintings?
Yeah.
Do you think?
Well, they can. I've seen them where they've done like prints where they'll scan an actual what do you call it? A painting in, like a really high quality print, where sometimes the prints cost like $5,000 and that.
Yeah.
They'll scan the painting in, like a 3D scan. Then they'll print that with plaster or some shit or whatever it is to make the brush strokes. Then they print the paint over the top of the brush strokes.
Right.
So it looks almost to us indistinguishable.
I'd never pay for that, like.
Nah, I wouldn't. Fuck that.
I'd
I want
just have a
real.
print.
I want some artist to have like sweated and bled on it and that.
Yeah.
I guess you could use the AI stuff to make fresh references for yourself to work with for your own pieces. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think that.
Then you just put less fingers on than they do.
Yeah.
That's one thing I said the other day. I put a comment. I'm like, well, to be fair, it's got significantly more fingers than humans do. That's a 20% improvement on the amount of fingers.
It'll not take long before they can do hands properly, though.
Yeah, no, yeah.
But I think it's so funny that even AI struggle with drawing hands.
I
It's
thought
like,
yeah, no, yeah. That's maybe because AI is looking at humans and humans struggle to draw hands, so
Yeah.
it's bound to. I thought, wouldn't it be funny to make it draw stuff with cocks on loads of times? If like thousands of people's made them draw stuff with cocks on, then it's just going to start. Or maybe we just all put cocks in our art for a bit, and then when the AI starts doing cocks and everything, they're going to be like, right, scrap it, it's doing cocks now.
it
And it'll
doesn't.
never not do cocks again.
I don't think it generates cocks very well.
Does it not?
I've seen like AI
Have
generated.
you been trying to get it to draw cocks for you, like?
I
Long,
wouldn't know how to
thin
do
cock.
that. But I looked up AI generated like porn to see what that would look like, and it's like body horror. There's like dicks coming out of like arms and eyes and
everything's
stuff.
like blended into one thing.
Yeah, it's weird. It'll get there at some point, but it's weird.
Scissor bandits. Jack, how did you know about the scissor bandit? AKA the councilwoman.
He nicked them.
Jack, have you nicked them? He hasn't even been here. Christmas and how many days you could be taken off, but will get roped into coming in anyway. I've offered to do them on purpose because I think Christmas is like a bit shit. Sorry, I thought about putting a Christmas tree up just for this stream, but I didn't. And Graham Irwin said things to talk about: people who subject themselves to stress by paying energy bills. And I saw a story this morning where some guy's like crying on the phone to like the radio station or something, saying that he's going to freeze to death in his own house because he can't afford to put the electric on.
I think you
Like,
just put
no
it
offense, mate, but just put it on.
yeah.
Like if the options die without debt to the fucking electric company, or be warm and survive, it's like, don't listen to them. Just put it on, mate.
You've like I'm sorry because obviously he's upset and stuff. But like you feel as a human if you just let yourself die.
If you just died from,
do you not have like a survival instinct in
instead
your
of putting your electric on when it's like you're physically able to? It's like, don't be. I'm not saying that's greedy, because you might just be skint, but like still, or you might be on a key meter. Wire it across, mate. Get someone to wire it across. Don't die because of the electric prices. How about that? That's my advice, right? Don't die from electric. That's not an option that would cross my mind. Is freeze to death.
Die.
Yeah, it's a bit cold in here, isn't it? It's cold today, isn't it? I had last working day called Gabby before ages ago, and I banned her saying it's cold today, innit? It's cold today, innit? Big bro, Lecky is being mental lately. It's honestly mad. Yeah, just don't pay them. I'm not giving advice, by the way.
I know some crazy guy who refuses to put the heating on too.
Oh, really? Don't let him die. Burn his house so he's at least warm for the like. If he's set your house on fire, then mate. If you're gonna die of freezing, just die of warm instead.
I remember seeing like it was like a forum post by someone who like survived the Bosnian crisis, whatever was going on there, and their city was in the lockdown war zone, and people were like looting furniture to burn.
Is
for
this
heat.
that the alcohol one that you told us about?
Yeah. And it's like when you get that desperate, it's obvious. Yeah, you're burning all your furniture for warmth and stuff.
What was their electric still connected, and they just
No, he had nothing. They didn't have running water or anything.
Okay. Well, at least if you're burning all your furniture, you can melt some snow if it's cold anyway.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's us through our subjects.
Nothing else.
There's no more subjects that we've got, but you know, we've been on a little bit.
Oh, there was another Christmas tattoo I wanted to show you.
Oh, go on. Oh, yeah, in that other thing.
Yeah.
Another thing I thought about, right, I want to get your guys' opinion. I just picked this book up. I've had it for years. It's called Reinvent... Hang on, am I showing that there? Reinventing the Tattoo by Guy Aitchison. Sorry, I just burped again. God, that fizzy water, man. Right. And I wondered... It's very interesting, this book, and I learned a lot from it. I wondered, can I, like, read stuff out of it for commentary? Under fair use, is it fair to do that? Or do I have to, like, message Guy and ask him if I'm allowed to, like, talk about his book? Or is it polite to ask him? Or am I supposed to? Or is it fair use if I just, like, read a bit and then be like, oh, I actually think this, or this helped me a lot? Because it did help me a lot, this book. I wonder what the crack is with that. What do you think?
I think you could just...
Like, are people allowed to just read bits of books as a podcast anyway? Like, do people do that? Or do you have to give the... Or is it if we're getting paid, we have to give Guy a quid or something? Like,
I think reading a bit out and, like, talking about it's fine.
Well,
and telling who it is.
Throughout this book. There you go. I've read a bit now. Now what, Guy? What are you going to do about it? Yeah. And... ethically and encouraging. What about that? Oh, hang on. What's that saying?
Oh, HR Giga. I like his stuff.
Giga?
It's mental.
He's my Giga. HR Giga. Giga what?
Have you seen Alien?
Yeah, I wasn't a huge fan of it. It's very
stuff.
interesting, though. I think it might be worth, like, maybe thinking about it a bit more. You bought it, didn't you? I'd imagine you'd be allowed to talk about it. I would.
I mean,
to rewrite it.
Did you buy this, or because it looks very much to me like you've printed it out and put it in a folder?
No, it does look like that, but no, this was the bought version. Unfortunately, then it was back in the days, and then he had like a channel I watched got banned from YouTube from reading from a book. Oh, well, I'll ask him then. It used to be like this, just all printed out. I'll show you a bit. Right, like it looks photoshopped. I think he's just made it himself, but he got like a better version of it made. And at the time, you had like a grace period where you could pay another 150 quid or something and get like the new version if you had this version. Otherwise, it was 250 quid or something like that. So I'm like, I'll just leave it, mate.
Yeah.
But it's good. It was good. It was a worthwhile investment because I learned a lot from it. I'll ask him if he minds us talking about it. I think that might be the better thing to do. Because I might even get him on the podcast at some point or something to see if we can do that and talk about it on there. Because he knows what he's talking about, like old Guy Aitchison.
If he's done a book on it.
He's done a book on it. It's advertising, really. Geordie Bear says, I can imagine if you don't give the whole book away, it's all right. It's advertising, really. High Contrast says, took a screenshot of that page. Good luck not getting banned now.
I think it depends if he's going out of his way to look for people who are reading from his book.
Yeah, and he probably isn't because I don't think he'll care that much. But I'll ask him if he minds. Because
you know, if it's a popular book and a popular controversial book, the author might go out their way to like take down people on YouTube.
It's not that popular. I think most people have never heard of it. A lot of people in the industry will, but I would say it's fair use. I think it would be nice to ask him though. We'll ask him. Oh, what's this? Another Christmas.
So this Christmas tattoo.
Another Crimbus
you want
tattoo.
to take? Oh.
I want to move this off there, don't I, for a second while I do that. That might be nice just there. Right, then we go transition. Second display.
You didn't click a...
I didn't click it. There you go.
That one. What's your thoughts on those kind of tattoos?
I think they're fucking shit, mate. What's your opinion on them like?
I just wonder how that's going to heal. When there's no like black line to like hold it in place.
Honestly, none of it's tight. The only bit that's close to being tight, well, in fact, that little lamp thing there, that's quite tight.
The fire doesn't seem that bad.
Or like the pink bit around the fire. So this, like that little orange circle, I'm going to guess that's going to blow out a little bit. The pink bit around there on the left-hand side is going to blow out a little bit. This is all really soft, so it's just going to spread into like a smudge. The tree's just going to be a smudge. And that bit at the bottom might might be like a bit blown out. Potential.
I don't think I've seen what it looks like when a colour blows out.
It's going to heal like a blob. That is, says J-Drum, and I agree. That's a temporary tattoo because that's going to be a birthmark in 10 years. Yes, I agree. So,
yeah.
So your mum says the bloke she watched had to delete his videos before YouTube reinstated him. That's probably like a massive book in it. Bestseller, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask him. I think it's fair to ask him. But I think this is fair use, though, isn't it? Slagging these people. I mean, critiquing these people's tattoos.
Yeah, I mean, I do feel bad for it, but again, like, I kind of feel
The thing is,
bad.
I bet it had like 70,000 likes or something on it, though, because people are like, oh, that's so dainty, that's so cute.
I feel bad for the people who get them, because, like, they don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, because they're just like, this person's doing these tattoos, that means they must be possible, right? And it's like, well...
It's your responsibility as the artist to, like... Not
to be like, sorry, mate, I know you're going to be gutted that I said no, but no, it's not going to work. And then they're going to go, well, I'll go somewhere else. And I've had that before. And I'm like, yeah, you'll have to, because I just said no. It's like, you can go somewhere else. I'm not like, I don't own you.
I kind of had that happen to me last month or something. A 17-year-old.
Oh, yeah. And it's like, sorry, we can't tattoo 17-year-olds. So.
Well, she wasn't like that. But
well, you can go somewhere else. You're going to have to, because I just said no, you can't do it here.
I wonder if she went and got that then.
I'm going to guess definitely. I'm going to say 150% yes, she definitely got that tattooed. That same day. From someone in Siam. I think it's very likely.
Yeah, there's plenty of those little dainty ones that are the fine line tattoos, as people call them. It's it's not really a fine line tattoo, but it's...
What, that one that we just looked at there?
It's the same category almost, isn't it?
There's like all these people who do tiny tattoos as well, and it's like not all them's going to stay like that, because tattoos spread by a percentage. Let's just guess that insert count has like 28,000 likes too. Yeah, that's how it goes. Because it looks impressive to people who don't know what they're looking at. But I think it's our job to be like, I do know what I'm looking at. Sorry, I'm not going to do it to you. I'm not going to just take your money to do this thing that might be popular today. I'd rather have it look good forever if I can.
A lot of Korean tattoo artists do those kind of tattoos, I've noticed.
That's because they've not been allowed to look at Western things to find out how it spreads.
Oh, South Korean, I think, not Korean.
I saved a picture of that the other day. I don't think I've got it anymore.
But I suppose if like tattoos aren't a big part of your culture, you're not going to know what it's going to look like in 10 years.
They will, though.
Yeah,
they're going to find out. Because it's like inevitable. Unless they've got special skin.
Grounded Effect said it's like watercolour. What's your opinion on watercolour tattoos?
Same thing with that. Like, it depends on who does it, though, honestly. Sometimes you can make it look like good, but it does drop out to a degree if you haven't tattooed it properly. But if you know that, you can put that in on purpose and do the blends like that. But colour doesn't blend the same as like black and grey does, because the particles of ink are much thicker. I don't think I'm sure I did save one the other day.
What was it?
It was some script, like someone had done like script, and there was a before and after photo. I thought I screenshotted it, but maybe not. Oh well, sorry.
You mean we already talked about the rose one, didn't we? Rose on the hand.
We did. I'm just like, I'm looking through there. I'm so pleased I'm not looking at this on there like live, because there's so many things I'd get like banned for. I want to like show you them, but then it's like, it's unfair if I'm just like, look at this, and you're like, tee. Then the people are like, oh, I want to see. Then I'll be like, go on and have a look. Then it's like banned immediately. I'm like, oh. No, I don't think I've saved that. Like,
oh.
Yes.
Quick look at the dog there.
Quick look at the dog. I just thought, I'll show them the dog. Why not? Look at this. AirDrop. MacBook users Pro. Where's it at? Where's it at? I've got two screens now, by the way. That's how I'm doing the screen share thing. Did it just pop up last time? It did, didn't it?
Yeah. I think it was just taking ages to send.
Aha. Look at this boy. Right. Second display.
Yeah.
Transition. Are people going to hazard a guess as to what's in the breeding here? Own it isn't sure, and I'd stab in the dark. I'd go for Whippet Bulk Cross or Collie Cross. I said he looked like what's he called? Wilfred. Oops. I also said, what did I say to Tony on that?
It's an ugly looking dog, that like.
Yeah, he is kind of ugly. Like, I bet he's killed a few things though. I said he looks at least half bloke. He looks like he'd sell tack and drives a car with no MOT.
It's a Blokemon.
That's a bloke. What else did I say? I'm sure Tony said something about it as well. This is obviously nothing to do with tattoos, but that's fine. I don't care about that.
Everyone loves dogs, though, don't they?
Yeah.
Plenty dog tattoos.
Tony says it's horrible. Like, I'd have bagged that one up if I'd bred it. Bagged and buried or burnt. And I said it honestly looks like they did that, but he was having none of it. He looks like he only gets a new girlfriend when his last one kicks him out. And he definitely looks like he's got an allotment.
Oh, bless. Is that like half an ear he's got as well?
Do you know, I might be folded over. I don't mind him though.
I don't like dogs with light eyes like that. I think they look creepy.
Did I tell you about that one that's down the black path who's only got one white eye?
I think so.
He's a nice boy. He was friendly. He's trying to shag Leaf though.
Well, Leaf shouldn't be so sexy.
She's one sexy dog, that one, like. Okay, should we go and take that sexy dog for a walk then? Right, that's enough podding today, live streaming today. I enjoyed that. I think it's way better with people with the chat on, isn't it?
Yeah, because people have stuff to say.
So next time, I'm going to find out how to make the chat be live on here, like it was the first time I did it. Thanks, everyone. Goodbye.
Yes, bye.
Oh, no, I want to put my thing back on again, just before we go. This has been the 188 subscriber special. And also, this has been the best tattoo podcast ever. And also, this has been... Hang on, small camera. Go away, small camera. Thanks, Andy and Sophie Jackson. Best podcast ever. Yes, yes. Bye.
Bye.